The American Bar Association said it would make a blistering statement about Doge dismantling their slush fund known as USAID. The ABA has received so many taxpayer-funded grants from USAID and the State Department, I can't even list them all, is what Lindsay says. The American Bar Association livid at the dismantling of USAID. Look at these grants. $10 million from USAID. $4 million from USAID. $4 million from USAID. $5 million from USAID. $22 million from USAID and $17 million from the State Department. The American Bar Association has gotten $40 million in just these grants alone. The American Bar Association is a leader in controlling court systems around the world. Its international development efforts have grown exponentially since the early 1990s, when the political transition in Eastern Europe created significant opportunities for changing their laws. I'm cutting through the bullshit speak, and I'm just saying as is. Today, the American Bar Association's presence, International Rule of Law Symposium, brought together 400 distinguished leaders to stimulate dialogue about controlling these laws in foreign countries. The call for the symposium came after the American Bar Association's Center for Rule of Law initiatives and its 4 core councils: the Central and Eastern European and Eurasian Law Initiative. So Central and Eastern Europe, the exact focus of the Cold War, basically, the Iron Curtain countries, Africa, Asia, and Latin America. Its speakers included U.S. Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice, the State Department, and the American Bar Association. Senator Hillary Rodham Clinton, remember this is 2006, a decade before she would run for president, and Lindsey Graham, as well as the administrator of USAID. This is in 2006, 20 years ago. They had the current head of the State Department, the then current head of USAID, as well as Hillary Clinton and Lindsey Graham as the keynote speakers for controlling the laws of every country on earth. Every country in Europe, Asia, Africa, and Latin America. So I guess technically that leaves Antarctica. There may be a few fucking penguins in Antarctica that are not felt worldwide by the American Bar Association's legal control mechanism. A highlight of the symposium was a spirited, provocative discussion between U.S. Supreme Court Justices Anthony Kennedy, Sandra Day O'Connor, and Stephen Breyer that ranged from the essential principles of democracy to the importance of an independent judiciary. So independent that taxpayers need to pay the American Bar Association tens of millions of dollars to tell judges and courts what to do. Who else? The Minister of Justice in Romania. Oh, you mean like the Romanian court that just nullified Călin Georgescu's victory for no reason? They said some Russians promoted him on TikTok, so they nullified the entire election. Hey, did someone from the American Bar Association back channel with that EMB in Romania? With that court in Romania? The Philippines, who just arrested Duterte, who Maria Ressa was sponsored by USAID and the State Department, while she chairs the National Endowment for Democracy's World Movement for Democracy program to go after. The finance minister of Afghanistan, yeah, I'm sure he knows a lot about the law, the former finance minister of Afghanistan. No, of course, but they were setting up the courts in Afghanistan. The former EU commissioner, Slovakia, they just shot the prime minister of Slovakia in the face last year, or shot him in the body while he was when he was resisting the call to declare war on Russia. The General Counsel of the World Bank. And then we got the corporations. General Motors, we have the chairman of the Center for International Private Enterprise. That is the Chamber of Commerce wing of the CIA, the National Endowment for Democracy. This is CPA, Center for National Private Enterprise. That's the Chamber of Commerce branch of the CIA spinoff known as NED, and the State Department. Examining the rule of law. The phrase rule of law is often synonymous with democracy building, blob control, creating conducive climates for foreign investment and business support. So this is how you have the multinational corporations in on this, like Microsoft, as we're going to see. Now, okay, that was 2006. Now let's get a little bit deeper into this. 2009, also by Robert Stein. Rule of law, what does it mean? And I think Robert Stein was, I think he was the #1 head of it, right? Yeah, he was the head of the American Bar Association. So this is straight from the horse's mouth. Rule of Law Symposium from 2009. What does it mean? I was executive director of the American Bar Association. A rule of law culture. Now here you go. An enormous amount of technical legal assistance work. Technical meaning we're technically writing your laws. We're drafting your constitutions. We're drafting your legislative bills. Like you'll see, this is what they're going to say, okay? Has been occurring throughout the world in recent years, primarily in newly established nation states and underdeveloped countries, to develop a legal infrastructure to support those fragile governments. To help you build your new government, let me write your country's laws for you, Mr. Sovereign Country. This work has been described collectively as rule of law programs. Okay, ding, ding, ding. Now,